series. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really honored by your presence. We're going through a series of 7 essential yoga movements. And David has labeled this series YELP, YELP, which stands for Yoga. What does it stand for? Wait a minute. Yoga Essential Life Poses. Yoga Essential Life Poses. Yep. Yoga Essential Life Poses. So I have 7 of them. Actually, I have 8 of them, but I said there were 7 in my series, so that's what we have. So I want to start by telling you a little bit of a cute thing about breath that I've learned from another yoga teacher. There are 3 types of breath: water, whiskey, and coffee. All right, it makes really sense when you hear this. So the water with big shoulder shrugs. So take your shoulders forward, up, and then back, and then down. Shoulders up, back, and down, because this is one of my 7 elements of yoga. Up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. Shoulders are so important. Now we'll do the opposite way, is back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Good. And let's take our fingertips on top of our shoulders for our angel wings. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your elbows together in front of your face at shoulder height. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the backs of your hands toward each other without crunching your neck. They don't have to touch. And then inhale, back open. Okay, so we'll repeat that. Inhale here. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. One more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, down, and release. Okay. So whatever, if you're sitting in a cross-legged position, whatever leg, we're going to do eagle arms. So whatever leg you have forward, we're going to have that arm on the bottom. So open your arms wide in a T. And as you exhale, you're going to hug yourself with whatever leg is forward. That arm's going to be on the bottom. Bring your elbows up to shoulder height. And then slowly bring your forearms together. Either spoon your hands, palm to palm, or whatever's comfortable for you. And just make sure your shoulders try to stay up, your elbows try to stay to shoulder height, and push the forearms away from you so you can really feel an opening in the shoulder blades in your back. Make sure that your neck stays long here. Try to prevent your clavicle from scooting up towards your ears. Keep the clavicle down, the collarbone down. A couple of deep breaths here. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Shake your arms out. Now change the cross of the legs. So then we'll do the opposite arm on the bottom. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug yourself with the opposite arm on the bottom. Stack your elbows the best you can. Bring your elbows to shoulder height, then go ahead and open to your eagle arms on this side. And again, pushing your forearms away from you, keeping your clavicle away from your ears. Try to keep your neck long. And several deep breaths. Feel your shoulder blades open on your back. This is also a big stretch to your deltoids. So those are the muscles covering your shoulders. And the deltoid is the large outer muscle that covers all those inner muscles that when you get rotator cuff injuries, Sue, that's where what you get torn. So we want to try to keep our shoulders as healthy as possible. Unwind and release. Okay. So now we're going to lie on, now that our shoulders are warmed up, we're going to lie on our backs and do a bit of lateral work on our body. So take, if you have a hard time bringing your arms over your head when you're on your back, take your bolster and put it where your hands would hit, and maybe that would help protect the shoulders. And if that does not help, it still doesn't work for you, then you're not going to bring up both arms overhead. So let's start with just lying down flat on our backs. Have your bolster above your head someplace if you're going to use it. And then start with your arms down by your sides. And then just think about having a long spine right here. Your crown of your head's going in one direction, your feet are going in the other direction, your back is neutral on the mat. All right, so now start with we'll start with the right arm over your head with the palm facing up. And now move pick up your head and your shoulders, and you're going to move your body, upper half of your body to the left, keeping the arm beside your ear. And again, the bolster's there. If it's painful for your arm to go above your head like this, put your hand on the bolster, or just leave the arm down by your side, because this is a lot of opening in the shoulder area and the ribs. So now walk your feet to the left. So you're at a crescent shape here, crescent shape. Your body's in a crescent. Only walk your feet as far as you can without feeling any pinching in your back. Doesn't have to be very far, but as you do so, just think about elongating that whole right side of your body, opening every joint, the ankle, the knee joint, the hip joint, all the ribs, the shoulders. And then breathe and think about this is your masculine side of your body that you're exposing here, the bright, fiery, energetic, cognitive side of your body. And as you take a couple more breaths here, just think a bright color like yellow or orange. As you inhale, follow that color from the toes all the way up to your fingertips. And then back down. And very slowly walk your feet back to center. Bring your arm back down by your side. Bring your body back to center. And then we'll take our left arm over our head, either on the mat or on the bolster, or if it's painful, either way, you can keep that arm down by your side. And either way, we're going to lift our shoulders and our head and scooch them over to the right, trying to keep your shoulders down on the mat. And then you're going to walk your feet to the right. Yes, to the right, so that we're crescenting to the opposite direction. Bring the arm close to your ear as possible. Only let your feet go as far so that you're not pinching your back. And then a couple of deep breaths here. And so this is the lunar side of your body. The lunar side is calm, dark, intuitive. Several deep breaths here. Cool. Think of a cool color as you breathe. Purple, blue. Inhaling deeply all the way from the toes to the fingertips. Exhaling that cool color all the way back down. One more time. And then exhale. And then very slowly walk your feet to center. Then bring your arm down by your side. And bring your shoulders back to center. And just for one moment, just lay here with both arms over your head, if that suits you, in a full body stretch. So if that hurts your shoulders, again, you have the bolster here to prop up your hands, or you can bring your arms wider in a Y shape or a T shape, whatever is best for your shoulders today. And just take a couple of deep breaths with a full body stretch, thinking of the breath coming in your right side of your body. So just as you think about breathing in, your right nostril will automatically take in more air than your left if you think that way. So think about breathing in the right side of your body, that yellow or orange color, and then breathing out the left side of your body, that dark blue or purple. Do that again. Slow and full. And then pause. And now we'll breathe in the left side and out the right side. So think about the left nostril as you breathe in, that cool color. And then breathe out that warm color. Breathe in the cool color. And breathe out the warm color. Alrighty, please bring your arms slowly back down to your sides and roll over on to your belly. And we're going to do a little bit more shoulder work here. Bring your arms to a T, palms facing down. Now, if this bothers your shoulders, what we're about to do, bring your arms closer to your body, okay? Start with them at a T. We're going to roll on to our right shoulder and lift in on our right hip. We're going to roll onto our right hip and our right shoulder. Your head's resting on the mat. Your knees are bent for support. So now your left hand can stay in front of your body to support, and then just have a nice stretch to the right shoulder here. Or if you want to add a quad stretch, you'll bend the left knee, grab your left ankle, and bring your heel into your buttocks here. And then breathe. Your bottom leg is slightly bent so you have balance. Couple more deep breaths. Feel your quads release. If you're doing that part of the stretch, feel your shoulder release. And then release your foot. Roll back onto the belly. And then come rolling onto the left shoulder, bending your knees, resting the side of your head on your mat or your bolster. And if you choose to do the quad stretch, grab the ankle and bring the heel into your bottom. So leg muscles are another one of my essentials because they support the knees. And the quadriceps is important in that function, and we're just warming it up with this particular stretch here. Release the foot, roll back onto your belly, and then prop up onto your forearms for a moment. And then push your pelvis into the mat, push your thighs into the mat, and push the tops of your feet into the mat. And then take your hands wide, like even outside of your mat, but keep them sort of in line with your shoulders. So keep your pelvis pushed down and your thighs pushed down as you push your hands and lift your chest off the mat. Keep your shoulders down from your ears. So maybe you even lift them up for a moment so that you can put them back down and you feel your neck elongate like a turtle head coming out of the shell. You won't have to lift up very high here, but breathe a couple of breaths. Keep pushing your thighs into the mat, rotating them inward slightly to protect your lower back. One more breath. And slowly lower back down, and then bring your forearms back in front of you. Line up your elbows underneath your shoulders and your forearms parallel with each other. Back to the Sphinx pose. Bring your chest forward by pulling the mat towards you. Push the pelvis and the thighs into the mat, the tops of your feet also if possible. Elongate your neck. Keep your head in line with your spine. Rotate the thighs inward slightly. Breathe, chest forward, shoulders down. Now we'll do a forearm plank. Inhale, curl your toes under, exhale, and come up onto your forearms, hugging your belly to your spine. Keep your neck nice and long and breathe. Really tighten the abdominals here. This is very, very good core work, which is another one of my 7 essentials. Breathe. Strong core means strong everything. Breathe. And then come on back down to your Sphinx pose. If your toes, uncurl your toes. And then here's where we're going next. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. We're going to do a modified forearm side plank. So we're going to pivot our right arm in front of us, and we're going to come on to our right hip. And then we're going to take the left foot in front of our body like so. And then we're going to push into the forearm, lift our hips off the mat, and then our left arm to the ceiling. All right, so if you haven't already tried that, go ahead and do that. Pivoting onto your forearm, and then onto your hip. Left foot comes forward, and then lift the hip up with your left arm reaching into the sky. And a couple of breaths here. And then come on down slowly. Repivot your arms back forward. Reestablish your Sphinx pose. Shoulders down from the ears, forearms pull toward your body on the sticky mat. They're not moving. You're pulling toward you, but they're not moving, but your chest is moving forward and your shoulders are moving away from your ears, back into Sphinx. Push the thighs and the tops of the feet and the pelvic area into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Tuck your toes. Exhale, come up into your forearm plank again. Really engage those abdominal muscles. Breathe deeply. And again. One more. And then slowly lower back down. Now we'll pivot our left arm and come onto our left hip. Your left leg is extended long. Your right foot's going to come on front of your body. And then we'll push into the forearm, lift our hips, and then our right arm comes up toward the ceiling and breathe. One more breath. And exhale, come on down. Come back onto your belly. And then bring your arms into crocodile arms for a moment so that you can just rest your head down and take a couple of breaths before we move on. Okay, so please bring your hands under your shoulders, prop up to table, and have your blocks within reach if you're using blocks. And pad your knees if you're using padding. Take a deep breath with a flat back. Exhale, push into your cat back. Curl your tailbone under, tuck the chin. Push the mat away. Feel your spine open. Flexing the spine. And now slowly inhale as you drop your belly down toward the mat to your cow pose, extending your spine. Crown of your head forward, tailbone back. And then exhale really slowly. This time you're going to bring your hips all the way back toward your heels as far as you can go. Slow, deep breaths here. Inhale slowly through your nose as you come back to table. Exhale once more into your cat. Feel the flexion of the spine. Inhale slowly deep through your nose to your cow, dropping your belly down. And then exhale very slowly, bringing your bottom back towards your heels, greasing all the hinges, lubricating your joints. And then from here, push into your hands and then come up onto your knees, bring your arms up toward the ceiling, palms facing each other into Urdhva Hastasana, a kneeling, Urdhva Hastasana means upward salute. Take a deep breath here. Take your right hand on your hip. Exhale, bring your left arm beside your ear, lateral bend to the right. Come back up, Urdhva Hastasana, both arms. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, take your left hand down toward the right hand corner of the table. Keep your right arm extended behind you as you twist. And now you're going to push into your left hand, come back up, but keep the twist. So your body's still twisting to the right, coming back into Urdhva Hastasana. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the right side of your mat, even outside of the mat if you want. And then bring your hips down toward your heels into a child pose, but this is a laterally bending child pose now. So you'll feel an opening in the left side of your body and a contraction in your right side. Take a deep breath. Exhale, walk your hands back to center. So now you're back into your center child pose. Push into your hands. Inhale as you come back up onto your knees. Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute with your hands, palms facing each other. Left hand goes on the hip. Inhale. And then exhale, bend to the left with the right arm beside your ear. And then pull back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes to the left corner table. Left arm extends behind you. Breathe. Push into your right hand. Come on back up onto your knees, except keep your body twisted to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bring both hands down to the right side of your mat, or the outside, left side of your mat to the outside, into your laterally bending child pose on this side. So you're going to have your bottom come towards your heels, and you're going to feel an opening of your right rib cage here, contraction of the left. One deep breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands back to center, and then come back up to table pose. And then take your right foot and bring it up between your hands. And here's where you can use blocks if you like. So we're going to start in a 90 degree angle from our front shin to our thigh and our back shin to the thigh. And then just come up into that box 90 position here. Okay, so we'll do a spiraling movement of our spine with this. So start with your hands on your hips. And then we'll inhale the right arm up. Exhale, lean into your left hand so that you laterally bend to the left. Now take a deep breath here. As you exhale, you're going to bring your right shoulder forward and you're going to face down. And then your right hand's going to float down to the outside of your mat. And then you're going to sweep that hand across the front of your mat to the other side of your right foot. And then bring that arm back up beside your ear. Spiraling of the spine. Once more, first reach up. Exhale, lean. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder forward, reach with the arm to the left, and then sweep slowly, feeling your spiraling of the spine till your hand comes onto the outside of your right foot, and then you come back up to your, with your right arm up. And one more time, around a bend to the left, inhale, exhale, shoulder forward, and then bring the hand down, sweep around, and then back up. Good. All right. Bring that hand back down to your hips for a moment. Walk your right foot forward about a foot distance or more. Then, if this works for your knee, bend your knee, your front knee, so that it becomes now perpendicular back to the 90 degree angle. So when you do that, that means your left calf is, your left thigh is back further than it was. So you have a bigger stretch in your left quadricep. If this bothers you, then back off. But you want a perpendicular shin on the right leg and the 90 degree angle in your front leg. Okay, so this is our Anjani Asana. You can tuck your back toes or not. We're going to bring our arms up beside our ears into Urdhva Hastasana. Think about bringing your left hip forward, right hip back, opening your chest upward. If you have balance, look up between your hands and lean back and breathe. One more breath in. Exhale, hands come down to your blocks. Now, walk the blocks back towards your hips as you straighten your right leg into our half split. So you want your legs straight but not locked. Blocks can be at any height. You want your spine nice and long. Bring your chest down toward the leg without rounding your shoulders, without rounding the back. Think about keeping your head in line with the spine. Don't allow your chin to drop. Couple more breaths here. Walk the blocks back Inhale, arms come up, back to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down to the inside of your leg on blocks or on the mat. Walk the right leg out to the side, and then we're going to come into our lizard pose here. So you're going to either stay on your hands, just depends on how much your hips can handle today. Stay on your hands, come on down to your blocks, or come on down your forearms to the mat, whatever suits your body today. And when you're down here, think about having your knee somewhere close to your shoulder, a wide angle in the leg. The foot is forward of the head. And just allow your body to relax in this beautiful hip opener. Hips are another essential element for yoga poses. And then please push up onto your hands again. Walk the foot back in, keeping that leg straight. We're going to walk our hands to the left, pivot on our left knee, line up the left knee to your right arch, take your left hand and line it up with your knee, and then you're going to bring your right arm up into a modified side plank on this side. And then if it doesn't hurt your shoulders, bring the arm beside your ear and reach to the back of your mat. And then bring your arm back to 12 o'clock, bring it down to the mat, pivot back forward, and then bring your right knee back in to your table pose. And we'll scoot the left foot up between the hands, having your blocks handy here. And we'll come on up to our knee with our 90 degree angle. Front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees, like boxes. Hands on hips. Left arm comes up beside the ear. Inhale. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder comes forward. Reach to the right side of your mat. Sweep the arm in front of you all the way to the outside of the foot, and then bring it back up beside your ear. Inhale. Exhale, lean again. Inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulder forward, reach, spiraling the spine, drag the hand in front of you all the way to the outside of your left foot. Then the arm comes up again beside the ear. One more time. Lean, inhale, exhale, shoulder comes forward, hand comes down, come all the way around, and then back up. And then hand comes back to the hip area. Walk your foot forward a foot or so. Now you know where we're going with this. So you're going to rebend that knee so that you have the calf perpendicular to the ground. Your right knee is back. Your hips are forward, so you're feeling a quad stretch in the right side. And then we'll come up to Anjaneyasana with our palms facing each other. Look up between your hands, lean backwards, breathe, open your chest forward and up. One more breath here. Exhale, bring your arms down to the inside of your leg and walk that foot out to the side. So we're going to come into our lizard pose on this side. So stay on your hands if you like, or come on down to your forearms, on blocks, or the mat. Nice wide bend in the knee. Shoulders somewhere near the knee. And relax in this wonderful hip opener. One more breath. And then push up into, push up onto your hands again. And then we're going to walk our hands now to the right and pivot onto our right knee. Line up the left arch to the right knee. Your right hand's coming lined up with the knee and your left arm is up to 12 o'clock. And then if it's okay with your shoulder, bring the arm beside your ear and reach to the back. Breathe. Inhale your arm back up and then bring it back down. Walk your hands back to the front, swing your leg around, and then come back to table pose. And tuck your toes under, come up to downward facing dog. Bending your knees, spine long, fingers wide, pushing into the pads of your fingers. Knuckles are slightly bent. Squeeze the forearms toward each other. Rotate your thighs internally a little. Breathe. Let your head melt between your arms. Feel a nice long spine. And then bend your knees a lot as we walk up to our hands. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then please bring your hands down and pause in Tadasana. Bring your shoulders down. Line up your spine. Make sure your head's right on top of the shoulders and your chin's not jutting forward. Chest is forward. Belly's in. Equal weight in both feet. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold all the way down. Here you're having your blocks handy. Your knees are bent here. You're going to step your right foot back and then plant your right heel. Keep your left knee bent as you slowly come up to warrior one. Taking your time so you don't get dizzy, don't lose your balance. So you have weight in that back foot. That back foot is slightly angled toward the front. The hips are coming forward. Chest is open. The front knee is stabilized over the ankle. And then open your chest to look up and breathe. Bring your hands down to your hips. Step the back foot up about 6 to 8 inches. And then turn the foot more forward so that your hips can come forward. And then keeping both legs straight-ish. You're on railroad tracks here, okay? Hip width distance apart approximately. You're gonna come from your hip crease here, bring your chest forward, and hands come down to the blocks or the mat. And as you're here, make sure that your hips are level. So the tendency is always to bring the front leg hip forward. You wanna push that hip back so that your sacrum is level. If I were to be behind you, I would be able to put a wine glass on your sacrum and you would not spill it. And just allow your chest to drop down as you relax into this intense stretch, Parsvottanasana, which does translate into intense stretch pose, also known as the pyramid pose. Let your neck relax, let your head relax. Keep thinking about pushing that left hip back, right hip forward. Shift your weight into your left foot. Bring your right foot up to meet your left. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold all the way down with bent knees. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot back, plant the left heel, have your foot at a slight angle as you come up to warrior one on this side. So your feet are hip width distance apart. Think about bringing your left hip forward, your right femur back into the hip socket. Chest is open, palms facing each other. Look up if you have balance and breathe. Make sure the back foot keeps weight, especially in the outside edge of the back foot. Sort of lift your arches a little bit and breathe. Spread the toes if you can. Breathe. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your hips and step that back foot up about 6 to 8 inches so that you can pivot your hips forward. The foot is faced forward so that you're on your railroad tracks here. And then coming from your hip crease with a flat back, allow your chest to melt down, hands come on down to mat or blocks, and then realign your hips so that they become even. So now your left hip's gonna come forward, your right hip's gonna go back. And then relax here for a few breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, push weight into your right foot, step up with your left foot, and then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then to Tadasana. So for our next essential element, one-legged balance, and this is going to be a dynamic, moving one-legged balance. And we have two of them. The first one involves a crunch. So let's start with our left foot and then bring your right knee up in front of you. And you can be by a wall here if you, or in something to help your balance. So this is the first part of the balance. Then take your right hand and grab the shin as your left arm comes up to the side, and then bend the elbow. And then we're going to take the elbow and touch the knee. So inhale, exhale, find your focus, bring the elbow to the knee, and then back up. Inhale, exhale, find your focus, elbow to knee, back up. Inhale, elbow to knee as you exhale, back up. And one more time, inhale, elbow to knee, and then back up, and then release down, shake it out. So one-legged balance is, as you know, not only good for your balance, but it's really strengthening the leg that you're standing on. So it's a double benefit there. And you're using a lot of core strength. All right, so we'll switch to now our right foot with our left knee in front. Take your time. Get the knee up first. And then once you have your balance, and you want to focus on something in between up and down so that you can move without changing your focus too much. So the right arm comes up, get your elbow going, and then bring the elbow to the knee, and then back up. Elbow to the knee, back up. Elbow to the knee, back up. Elbow to the knee, back up. I've lost count. One more time, elbow to the knee, back up, and then release. And shake all of that out. Okay, so the next dynamic is what I call a bird dip. Have you ever seen those little things that you put on your desk and the bird dips down like that? So that's what we're going to do. So we'll again start with standing on the right foot first. This time, bring your left knee up forward, and then but take your hand down the shin and grab the ankle, and then kick the foot behind you, bringing your heel into your bottom, and then your left arm beside your ear. Okay, this is our bird dip. So we're going to lean forward from our hips, dipping down, kicking the foot into the hand, and then come back up. You don't have to go very far. And then dip, and then back, and then dip, and then back, and then dip, and back. One more time, dip, and back, Good. Okay, release. And switch sides. Find your focus. The trick here is to try to keep your focus on one thing to hold your balance so that you're not moving your focus a lot. And you're going to bring your knee forward so that you can grab your ankle, bring it behind you. Try to keep your knees together for the maximum quad stretch here. Bring the foot into the bottom. And then when you're ready, start your dips. Coming forward, up. You don't have to come forward very far. Dip, up, dip, up, dip, up, and then dip, up, and then release. And shake everything out. Very, very good. Those aren't easy, so I'm hoping that you feel good about yourselves if you were able to get even one of those in there. All right, come back to the tops of your mat, please. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward, fold, all the way down. Step back to the downward facing dog. Bring your knees down to your mat. And then shift your weight forward into an upward facing dog, but your knees are still staying down. Uncurl your toes if you can. Press the tops of your feet into the mat if you can. Push the mat away so that your shoulders come away from your ears and your chest is forward. And then push back to table. One more time, we're going to shift our weight forward into the upward facing dog. Chest is open, shoulders down from the ears. Push the tops of your feet into the mat to help take pressure off the knees. And then come back up. And one more time, shifting the chest between the arms. So your toes can be tucked here. Ideally, they would be flat, but if that doesn't work for you, you can tuck your toes and take pressure off of your knees. And then push back the table and then bring your bottom all the way back to your heels into child pose. Bring your arms beside your body, palms facing up, and rest your head on something, your forehead, your third eye, your Ajna chakra. And then while you're here, make gentle fists, opening and closing your fingers. Circle your wrists in both directions. Pause for a couple of breaths. And then please very slowly come up. Come to seated with your legs in front of you. And swing your legs over to the right so that your front shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat. Your foot is near the right knee and your right leg is approximately 90 degrees. So all your weight now is in your front leg, the front shin, and that hip and the thigh. So now your hands are going to walk to the left as you bring your body twisting to the left. And then when you get as far as you can, you're just going to come on down to your forearms. And then maybe rest your head on the mat here. Or you can rest your head on your hands if you like. This is a sleeping deer pose. It's supposed to feel good, so if it doesn't, maybe back off the twist a little bit. Please push back to your hands, walk back forward, and then shift your legs so that they're curled to the left side of your body. Your right shin is parallel to the front of your mat, heel toward the knee, legs are about 90 degrees. And then we're gonna walk our hands all the way around to the right, and then come on down to our forearms here and rest your head on your hand or block, mat. And slowly push up. Unwind everything. And then come onto your backs with knees bent. Grab your block. And lift your hips for sacrum on the block. Either keeping your feet down on the mat or lifting your legs up toward the sky. And this is the number 8 of my 7 essential yoga elements, the inversion. So as you enjoy this relaxing, mild inversion, think about your blood recirculating. Think about how the gravity is temporarily removed from your organs, allowing them to get massaged in a different way. Any edema buildup in the lower extremities, this will help that. Take a deep breath in, and then please very slowly lower your legs down to the mat. Move the block. Keep your knees bent. Bring your arms out to a T, palms facing up. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Pick up your hips and move them slightly to the right so that your knees can fall to the left. So you're going to roll onto your left hip. Your knees don't have to come all the way over, but you want to feel the twist in your torso, and then gently move your head to look over your right hand. Shoulders are as open as can be. Inhale. Exhale, knees come back to center. Head comes back to center. Push into your feet. Bring your hips back to center. And now lift the hips and push them about 1 inch or 2 to the left so that your knees can fall gently to the right. Rolling onto your right hip, but keeping your chest open and shoulders down. And your knees only have to come around as much as they want to. And then turn your head to look over the left hand. And bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Shift your hips back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. And then please prepare your body for Shavasana, our final relaxation. And please focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Take a body scan and allow any muscles that are tense to let go. So being the last day of September, I have this poem for you called September by Helen Hunt Jackson, poet of 1835 to 1885. The goldenrod is yellow, the corn is turning brown. The trees in apple orchards with fruit are bending down. The gentian's bluest fringes are curling in the sun. In dusty pods, the milkweed its hidden silk has spun. The sedges flaunt their harvest in every meadow nook, and asters by the brookside make asters in the brook. From dewy lanes at morning, the grape's sweet odors rise. At noon, the roads all flutter with yellow butterflies. By all these lovely tokens, September days are here, with weather's best of weather and autumn's best of cheer. But none of all this beauty which floods the earth and air is unto me the secret which makes September fair. 'Tis a thing which I remember, to name it thrills me yet. One day of one September I never can forget. Please take a few more moments and allow yourself the bliss of inner peace and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath and deepen your breathing as you slowly and gently make small movements to wake up your body. And please bend your knees toward your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the hot, fiery, masculine side of your body and exposing the cool, dark, calm, feminine side of your body. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And if you'd like, please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher, Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. And Jai Yogis, thank you so much for being here. Jai. And stay safe.